Hey guys, this is Ghoul02. I just wanted to go through, I've been playing about 16 hours of SMTxFE so far. I wanted to give some initial thoughts on the game, both from what I know of basically the entire game and what I see of it as a speedrun going forward. So I'm going to start off, I'm going to go ahead and dive into my menu. I'm going to load up, go into my, analysis. Go into my artist page and I'm going to bring up Itsuki's profile. So the first thing you're going to notice here is that my stats are power, magic, skill, speed, defense, magic defense, and that bottom one is luck. For some reason luck is on a scale from 1 to 5. I haven't actually been paying attention if it moves left or right, but your stat ups are also randomized on each level up, kind of like in a Fire Emblem game. So what you get will probably vary from playthrough to playthrough, which is fine casually because level ups are very quick, but it does mean that this is going to be a very odd game from a speedrunning perspective. Since if I go to Kiria, you can see her magic right now is at a 52. So she hits harder on a resistance right now with the magic spell than Itsuki does on a normal hit, even maybe on a weak hit if he's using Mazayan instead of Zayanga. And that kind of carries across. Like you could see, Toma has a 52 in strength right now, in part due to some equipment that trades off 30 skill points for 8 strength. Strength and speed seem to be the weakest skills. There is a accessory available to shop right now that ups those by 8 and 6 at a time when every other stat boost is either, I believe, it's like 2 to strength, either of your strengths or 2 to your 2, or to both of your defenses simultaneously. Which would seem to make Eleonora kind of bad. She doesn't have great strength or magic. Most of her abilities are physical anyway, so, but a 34 in strength is not particularly good. That would mean that right now your 2 strongest characters are Toma and Kiria, assuming that my level ups aren't completely screwing over the others. Wanted to kind of show off. The shop has 2 points. This one has your basic healing items and such. It looks like you can actually get fully healing HP items, if I'm reading that correctly, for single targets. You can also get revival beads, which is always important, especially in a game like this. In one hit, bosses can take out any of your party members, so being able to buy those is actually really nice. The other thing that's really important here is your second shopkeeper, the one that dresses like Black Frost. So you have, at the top, these are all getting rid of ailments, so kind of okay. Then you have kind of your basic stones. These are the equivalent of, in Persona, like your dry ice, for example. But the biggest thing here is this set of items from here down. So these are magic mirror and physical mirror respectively. So those are huge. Also hits all of your party members at once. Right here you have a Deikaja stone, Deikunda stone, so you can get rid of enemy buffs or fix your own debuffs. Both huge because bosses spend a lot of time buffing and debuffing in this game. And then you have these, which are buff stones. And these aren't excessive prices. You get about 6,000 to 7,000 yen per fight in this game, and even in the speedrun you're going to need to do some of it. And you also have Smoke Machine, which is a getaway item, which is nice in this because there are enemies that you can't stun in the world map. So basically I think a speedrun is going to involve heavily this set of items right here, especially when you're factoring in random stats. And in fact, there's only, show this as well, there's 6 skill slots per character, which means that there's not a lot of room for your buffs and debuffs. Yeah, you see you have 6 commands and 6 session arts, and then 6 passive skills. So any extra skills you have are huge, basically. So I have him right now with Rakukaja and Reikunda. Reikunda is really important right now, but being able to free up your buff slots with stones, even at 6,000 a pop, is actually not a bad trade. You can see it goes across every character in the game. Itsuki can't be swapped out of your party. It's part of the reason he has the most skills right now, because he has more weapons mastered. You get your your skill mastery like you do in a Final Fantasy IX, where you get it from your weapons, and you get new weapons by fighting enemies. So, kind of a nice little rolling ball thing where, as you kill more enemies, you can make more weapons, which means you can kill more enemies and get more skills, which helps you kill more enemies. So I know you guys are probably wondering, okay, so this is your basic overview, it's 15 hours in, and you're talking about an RPG and you're talking nothing about story. And that's honestly because I can't give a fair assessment of the story as it is right now. If I could, I would love to give a better assessment of the story, but what I am essentially getting from this is kind of the equivalent of a Wikipedia summary. In that my Japanese is good enough to know what is happening, but I can't dig into the nuances to tell you if it's good or not, or if it's going to be entertaining. Like, I'm enjoying it, but I'm missing so much that it would be unfair for me to give a proper assessment of the game's story. I will say I think the game is very stylish. It seems to run okay on the hardware. I've noticed a little bit of lag in some places. And you're going to want to get a digital copy because there is no way to install the game, and loads are almost double on the physical copy of the game. Combat is actually a really cool combination of the Fire Emblem type weaknesses, and they kind of made it feel, they try to make it feel a little bit like how Fire Emblem works, and I know some people are going to say that they were completely unsuccessful in trying to make this feel like a Fire Emblem game, and I don't know if I can necessarily blame them for thinking that. But I'm going to get into a little bit of combat to kind of show off exactly what I think, where I think the influences in this game came from, and why they made the decisions they did. But it's like they tried to combine the multi-hit system in Fire Emblem, where when a character is faster, they hit multiple times, with the traditional press turn system from Shin Megami Tensei. Okay, so I've got two mage enemies here. These guys are weak to electric, as you can see. And you'll notice that Kiria, who is the girl on the left with ponytails, she's got the icon that's all green. She looks really happy. That means she's going to do a follow-up attack on this. And this is where most of your main damage per turn comes from. I'm not going to kill this guy almost too quickly. And you can do this. They had a preview video where they chain almost 11 hits together. So you're combining that with buffs and debuffs, you can do lots of damage very quickly. So you'll see right here, I just equipped a new weapon on Prompt, so I'm going to add a Fury to my skills. I think I want this over Dia, to be totally honest. Items are relatively cheap for that, and escaping is kind of hard to do. Plus, I'm actually expecting to get a better healing spell pretty soon. Yeah, you can see you can make 6 slots, and that comes from thing. One of the coolest things about this so far is that if you don't want to fight an enemy, you're not forced to just run away. You can actually hit them, which can stun them and go to them. It's actually a really cool mechanic. So you'll see like enemies that kind of juke a little bit to get around me. So I'll do one more fight. Hopefully this one will be a bit better and I won't kill him as fast. Kind of show off a bit better. Okay, so you can see I've got a... this is where the Fire Emblem inspiration comes in. You can see this is kind of like a wyvern rider here, and this is kind of like a Pegasus Knight. Another notable thing, you can hot swap characters kind of like a Final Fantasy X. And so, since these guys are airborne, much like you could in a Fire Emblem game, I can just take an arrow attack and I should get a hit. You can see, stats are actually really important in this game. Kiria's higher magic stat is making it where she is absolutely destroying everything.
仮の刃よ。いいね。やった。
私の矢は早いわ。今じゃ来るわよ。
俺から行く。
So you can see again, we're chaining these 3 attacks.
援護行くわ。
We're taking that 1 critical hit, weak hit, which doesn't do that much more than
み
it
ん
would
なも
normally.
やるじゃない。
But chaining 3 attacks together and doing massive amounts of damage, which is really where the fun of this game comes in, is trying to find the best ways of chaining those. And you have attacks, you have super attacks that build up over time, and those guarantee follow-ups from every active party member. And then you also have what are called Ad Lib Performances, where there's an RNG chance of a character turning a normal attack into what's kind of like a super, if they're hitting a weak point. All of it seems to be actually a really deep, complex system, since enemies can actually chain you back as well. It's not limited to just you hitting them, which is a really important distinction. Beyond that, I'm really having fun with the game. I know people are going to complain that it probably doesn't feel enough like Shin Megami Tensei. They're big mainline Shin Megami Tensei fans. Others are going to complain that there's not enough Fire Emblem here for huge Fire Emblem fans, but to me there's enough going for each of these series where you can see where the parallels came from at least, even if it doesn't necessarily feel like it's from the same series. So I'm looking forward to the English release for sure, so I can get a better grasp of how this game's story is. If you have any questions, feel free to ask. When I beat the game, I'm going to do an updated video with final thoughts and impressions. But this is just, the 15 hours. I've played a fair amount and know kind of what to expect going forward from the game. Just some quick little thoughts and impressions. Hopefully try to clear up some misconceptions that you might have had from other preview videos or the game's official trailer. So I've been live streaming the entire game on my Twitch account, so if you haven't already, I highly recommend checking me out there at twitch.tv/Ghouls02. Or you can follow me here on YouTube as well for all of the boss fights that I've been highlighting and sending this way. So that's about it. Thank you guys so much.